Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of my videos of a paper project that I've been recently working on. I just made it, and it's a plane. It's another plane. Yes. I'll get into more detail about the crafts in some other video, but today I just want to show you guys my paper. Let me just this time my paper ADF-01 FALKEN, or the ADF-01 FALKEN. And I have to say, it flies really good. I just made this and I tested it before I turned the video on, and it does fly very, very well. It's all made of paper, no cardboard, no nothing. There is some tape, there's some glue, hot glue. Yeah, but although it looks pretty cool. And for a plane like this, for its weight, it does fly pretty well. And it's a completely fictional aircraft. Now, exactly what is the ADF-1 FALKEN? Well, it's an ace combat plane because it's fictional, and there's no such thing as a plane like this that exists in real life. Or is there? But theory Illuminati. But inside joke. Anyways, the ADFX-1, I believe, first appeared in Ace Combat 5, which is an old PS2 game, The Unsung War. I believe it first appeared, which is the first version, which is the version where you actually control it with a pilot, called the ADF-2 Morgan, where it had a laser on top of it. But with the ADFX-1 or ADF-01, it has a laser on the bottom instead of the top, because I believe, because I made the Morgan before, the laser on top, when I put it on, it provided a lot of drag, and it really did mess up my plane. But when I took the laser off of it, it flew really good. But I really wanted to fly with the laser on it, so I just leave it as a model. But this is my replacement for the Morgan. But the Falcon is essentially a remote controlled plane. It's like a drone, basically. It's a remote controlled plane. Not speaking, this is actually a remote control plane, but in the game Ace Combat 7, it's a remote control plane. And if you ever played Ace Combat Infinity and you go first person view on the cockpit, which is your actual cockpit is right here, there's no, I didn't even put any detail to this yet. I will after this video. But there's a little camera sitting somewhere like right there, and it's basically your cockpit, your window, because there is no pilot in this plane. It's a remote control plane, so you control it from a actual UAV control room. Now, I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but it's kind of like a UAV, because a recent game that did come out, like, I don't even know, months ago, was Ace Combat 7, and they made a new version. They made a new plane called the ADF-11 Raven. Now, the ADF Raven and the Falcon are very, very similar planes, simply because of their fuselage. Correct me if I'm wrong, the fuselage is the same. However, the Falcon is a one-piece plane. It's one piece. It doesn't split up or nothing, versus the drone, or the what do you call the Raven? It's a two-piece drone. It's actual UAV, controls itself. It's a two-piece aircraft where its main base is damaged. You can bail out, and it forms to like a little micro drone, and it just flies around. Does the same thing. In the similarities with the Falcon and the Raven, they both have their own TSL or TLS, the tactical laser system, where the lasers are on the bottom. The laser's actually right here, and then, well, no, because this is the capacitor right here, and in the game, the cockpit, the whole thing literally lifts up, or it like just, oh Jesus, the whole thing lifts up, and the lasers, the beam itself comes out right there. So this whole thing lifts up, and the beam comes out right there. But yeah. Now it would be a world of hate if Bandai put this plane in Ace Combat 7 simply because of its capabilities. Because really, they did put the ADFX Falcon in Ace Combat 7, the ADFX Raven. Now, like I said, the Raven and the Falcon have very similar performances and maintenance when it comes to flying and shooting down an aircraft. But like I said, I prefer this plane better than the Raven. But it flies. It's it's a pretty big for a paper plane, and it's lightweight. It's really lightweight. Now, this is fairly easy to make. Well, no, I take that back. It's not easy to make. It's a pretty decent aircraft to make. It's very, very skilled. It takes a lot. It took me about 2, maybe 3 hours to make. But you know, it's a really awesome plane. You know, kind of enjoy this a lot. Kind of got the. Now this isn't painted. This is actually the color of the paint. So it's cool. Now, my quick question is, why did Bandai in the development or design development of this aircraft, exactly why did they put a fin on the bottom? Because they tried to keep it from replicating a similar plane from an anime, but they definitely tried to replicate it at the same time. I don't know if that made sense or not, but yeah, they tried to replicate a plane from an anime. I forgot. It's like Kamikaze. I don't know. I forgot. But it's this anime where it's this one plane that has this giant fin, like 5 inches long, sticking out from the bottom. And they did the same with this one, but like a little shorter, like not 3 inches, but maybe an inch, maybe less than an inch. But yeah, it had this big old fin sticking out. And then you got the back here, you got your details, and if you kind of look at it from the back, if you guys know the third-person view of Ace Combat Infinity, it does kind of look like it. And also, from this view perspective, if you compare the picture to the Raven, it kind of looks like the Raven right here. It does kind of look like the Raven, except the wings are a delta wing and not split back, because you see the wings, they kind of go down and then they shoot right back up, versus the Raven, the wings just kind of go straight, just kind of like a regular formation or a delta wing. But this one, it's swept back, which is honestly, swept back wings give you less drag. I think they do, not sure, but that's it. ADF-01 Falcon. I may do a second video of this thing. When I put the detail on it, I might not. That's up to you guys. This camera will focus. Camera's not focusing, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys later.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass on the wall with your 2 left feet. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Don't let that